Hey guys, I wanted to come and show you my two other children. I bet you didn't know I had other children, but I do. This is my firstborn. His name is DC-17 Animal, and this is my new baby, and this is DC-25. These are obviously Dyson vacuums. You know, gone are the days where women say, don't get me house appliances, don't get me kitchen appliances. There are so many great things on the market, but this happens to be my favorite material item out there. If my husband came home and said, oh honey, I got you a Dyson, I'm so sorry, there'd be no complaints. Through the generosity of Dyson, I was able to try out, and they let me keep this beautiful DC-25 vacuum. They also donated one to our Christmas of Dreams, so she'll be getting this as well, and I cannot say enough nice things about it. Having used the older Dyson and the newer Dyson, I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences I found in them and which one would benefit your household. This Dyson is obviously a bigger vacuum. This is the baby, and there is a clear difference between the two of them other than the roller ball. One is going to be the canister size. In our house we have 5 cats, and although this is a bigger canister size, I haven't noticed myself emptying the vacuum really any more or less because you generally don't wait till it's full. So it hasn't inhibited me in any way, so don't let that discourage you. Another thing that's really different is the kick down for this vacuum is on the front, and the kick down for the DC-25 is on the back. This was one improvement that was made that is stronger. The kickback or the on the back here works so much more smoothly. You see that? And you can see this is a roller ball. It goes either which direction. I wasn't really sure about the roller ball. When I bought this vacuum a couple of years ago on a tax return, you know, they're not cheap, but sometimes, you know, you get sick of going through mediocre items. You spend $120, $200 to get something that's new on the market. It works great for a year and then out. Dysons last a long time. They have a 5-year warranty, and they're guaranteed never, ever, ever to lose suction. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So between these two, I really like the kickback here. I really like the roller ball. When I first bought this, I didn't know if I was going to like the roller ball. I tested it out at Sears, and I wasn't all over it. So I bought this baby. I have not been disappointed. But when I had this for a month, I realized exactly what I was missing. Because this is able to swivel from side to side, I'm able to get underneath my kitchen chairs without moving them. I get under that lip in the kitchen, around like the stove and under the counters without having to pull out the hose. I get under the front of the sides of the couches without having to move them. And because this is so slender, it's really just making my cleaning a lot more efficient. So between the two of them, as far as getting detailed, this is a stronger vacuum. Now, one of the main differences that I found, which is kind of funny, is that this handle is in the back and this handle is in the front. Now, because I've been using this one for 3 years, I wanted to, every time I took out the hose, I wanted to put it down this direction, and I had to learn to do it this direction, and it's been a hard habit to change. I finally think I've just gotten it. And anytime I switch to using the 1 or 2, I mess myself all up again. I do happen to like that this is in the front, and now that I understand the design on it, I enjoy it better, but the habit itself has been difficult. The other difference is that this is a pretty heavy vacuum. You're not going to be hauling this baby around by one hand, but it's not so heavy when you're using it you have a problem using it. It's I have a 2-story house, and hauling this up and down was a difficult feat. Now this vacuum can be picked up with one hand. I weigh 103, so you can kind of tell the difference is significant. Now, lucky for me, I have 2. So this baby stays upstairs, and this one's the downstairs vacuum. And should I need to get it up and down the stairs, it comes up and down fairly easily. So if you are lightweight or have a hard time lifting things, this is also going to be the vacuum. The other thing for lifting is because this is in the front and this is in the back, just the way the handling is on it, it works better to lift this one and up the stairs than this one. Now, I can say with 5 cats that we have had a lot of hair in this house. You can see that these vacuums are full. They're really easy to lift out. It's just that simple. The filters for that one is in here. The filter for this one is underneath here. And I believe Dyson says to rinse them out every 3 months. This one's every 6 months. Sorry, I take it back. This one says every 6 months, and this one says every 3 months. And you can just rinse them out right with water, actually. See if I can do this backwards and sitting down. I don't think I can. Oh, That's how easy it is. I can say that I had to call Dyson, their customer service at one point. Dyson's guarantee never to lose suction, and last year this baby lost its suction. So I called up Dyson and I said, what's going on? My vacuum's lost suction, and the lady on the other end says, turn it on. And I'm like, turn on the vacuum? And she said, yeah, turn it on and run it. Thinking, okay, so I turn it on, I run it, I turn it off, and she says, oh, your hose is blocked. I have no idea what kind of training Dyson is doing to have their customer service be able to hear a problem and fix it, but I'm telling you, she was correct. I could not find a blocked hose before I called her, and trust me, I took it apart and I looked and everything. But she told me a piece I wasn't aware of. I was able to take it apart in one click, and sure enough, there was this much full of Christmas pine needles from last year's live Christmas tree, and it had gotten stuck somewhere in this section here, and I was able to get that out, and voila, it works brand new. So Dyson guarantees that if they cannot fix the problem, you bring it in, they'll fix it with someone, and part of the warranty. And if that's not fixed, they're going to give you a new vacuum. So for us, it was just a simple phone call. I was really, really pleased with customer service. The Dysons, like all vacuums, come with a good section of extra supplies for you to do, like your blinds, your ceiling fan, your floors, your stairs, and both of them carry those items, so it's not going to make any significance which one you buy. Out of the two, I would have to say, if I was going to recommend a vacuum to somebody, it would be the new one. This is brand new on the market. It just came out last month, and while you're out there doing your Christmas shopping, point your husband to the DC 25. You're going to be able to get your kitchen clean, your dining room clean, your bedroom clean. You're going to be able to lift it with one hand. You're going to be able to get around and maneuver things without moving them. And I just highly recommend this one. Also, you may have seen a couple weeks ago that we used this vacuum hose to get a balloon down from the really high ceiling by taping a broom to it. So that was kind of a funny thing. So you never know where your Dyson's going to come in handy. So I hope this helped a little bit in deciding between the two vacuums. If you've ever used a Dyson, even if you don't own one, you already know what the rave is about. Don't waste your time going out to buy a vacuum for $150 and then replacing it every 2 years. It makes 0 sense. This is a vacuum that you can have for years and years and years and no problems. For a vacuum that never loses its suction, you could have it for a lifetime. So the investment's worth it. The cleanliness is worth it. If you have allergies, it's worth it. And I hope when you're out there cyber shopping that you find which one you like the best. Oh, and in the larger canisters and the bigger vacuums, they have a brand new pink Dyson. And I'm going to share all the links with both of those with you on where you can pick one of these up. So thank you so much, Dyson. Thank you so much for donating to our Christmas of Dreams winner. I'm sure she's going to love it as much as I love it. And thank you so much for my new baby. So take care out there.